I'm alive. Says I'm live. My gimbal's kind of acting a little bit funny. Weird angle. Moving a lot. So I am standing at my back door. Right outside my back door. I'd say this is maybe 20 feet from my house. It's a new bird feeder, but I used to have a different one when I moved in here, put up by the person who owned the place. And this is before I had my dogs, or if I had a dog, it was one dog and it was in the house. Deer used to come up to this feeder and eat from it, whatever the birds had dropped on the ground. And I used to turn off all the lights in my house and watch them. But since I got a big crew of dogs, they don't come around anymore. So, hello to whoever came in, Michael's Adventures. Yes, you know, I thought it would be a little bit warmer. It's supposed to be above 0 today, but it hasn't warmed up yet, so there is a bit of a breeze. It is still cool. Bo's on the deck, whining. Let's see if we can turn. There's my yard, and there's my sad backside of the trailer. I still haven't put siding up on the backside, but nobody can see it. So hi Al. So I thought today, if I can get this gimbal to stop acting funny, I don't have the snowshoes on. I'm gonna walk directly through this bush, and it's not gonna be easy. But I thought, let's explore inside the bush that's directly behind my house. And I'm holding the camera level. So it is a bit of a hill going up here. There is a dog path through here because this is where the dogs like to go and mark their spot and check out things in the bush. And that's the thing about being a dog. If you're 2 feet tall, you can get through here quite easily. I'm gonna have to break the path or go off the path because I can't crawl with a gimbal. Hi, Bud Files. Underneath these trees like the dogs so easily can. And because I don't have my snowshoes, I don't know how deep the snow is. I'll probably be falling into the snow. I don't know if you can tell, my barn is in the distance there. So directly behind my house, it goes uphill, and that's what protects me from all the winter winds and things like that. So, and I hadn't been, well, I have been through this bush. Hi, Handicap. For odd reasons, I don't even remember why, but I haven't gone just purposely walking through this bush for a long time, like years. And I'm sure my camera's gonna act up because it's focusing on all the different, hi AAP, on all the different branches. But yes, it's warmed up. The hoarfrost is gone. I think we're supposed to go back into freezing temperatures next week. Of course, it is below 0 right now, but it will be above 0 sometime in the day. Thank you, AAP. It's going to be a very, very slow walk through here, too. Lots of trees down. What I think I need to start doing is making fires. Starting to clean some of this up. Although I'm pretty sure this one's a big home for somebody. you see anything in here? That's a nice little cave. Can't stick the camera in it to know if it goes all the way up the tree. Yes, definitely squirrel den. I'm not sure if there's a way to set it so that it doesn't pan and try to focus on things. So you guys might get dizzy today. Whether to go over or under the branches. I tell you, it wouldn't be hard to make a campfire anywhere I want in here. So this is the back side of the shelter. And of course the horses are wondering what's going on. They moved to the far side of the pen and they're looking this way. Hi, Heather. Most of my walk is going to be crouching, which you guys can't see, but trying to go through all the branches that are down. Now, I know the last time I was here, this tree was not down. Just old age, maybe, blown down in the wind, the storms. Definitely need somebody with a chainsaw. What do we have here? Just somebody chewing on bark or something. Oh, my dog must have found a squirrel somewhere. She's on the other side of the barn barking at something. And I know I did go on at an earlier time, and I didn't announce it to anyone. I think I announced it to one person. I'm just gonna back up here because I found a feather on this log. Somebody's been hanging out underneath here. I just thought I would try something different. I know that I've always gone on my walk. I did put out a poll to my viewers and I gave a choice of times, and the highest vote was 12:30, but it always overlapped Gary. And I know people always say, what's a good time to go live? And the advice is just go live because you'll always know someone that is live. And I'm sure there's people that I know that are live right now. But I thought I would try an earlier time just to see if it suits me better, because I feel like I wait all morning to go live and then my day feels like it's done and I don't get much accomplished. other than to have my live done. I don't want to give up my walking lives, but I am giving up my Monday night. I know I was supposed to do my sticker giveaway because I reached 1K, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until I'm monetized to get that completed. I'm just looking which way I should go. Years ago, like over a dozen years, I put a fence in the bush because I used to let the horses out in my yard. And I stopped doing that because, of course, my vehicles are in the yard. They chewed up my trampoline. And it's funny how they did that. They just nibbled on it and removed threads from one portion of it. So they didn't actually rip the bed, but they wrecked the trampoline, and they also put some teeth marks into my vehicles, which I still have on my black truck. Hi, Rams. Sorry if I'm missing people. I'm just kind of looking around to see where the best path is. So anyway, this is the remainder of, hi Beth, that fence that I had put up. And I only have one strand through here, but horses will not walk through a dense bush like this. And then I have some, I don't know, if this isn't woven wire. It's like a sheep fence. Most of that is taken down, but I see I still have a piece here. So that's another job that's going to happen in the spring before all the poison ivy grows out. But again, the barbed wire is just high enough that the dogs easily crawl underneath. Hi, Quint. But so far, haven't fallen in any deep snow because there's a nice dog path going through here. And I see should be a quick removal on this tree when I do take this barbed wire down. I know some of the smaller oak trees have kind of grown around the barbed wire, but there's not too many. It'll be easy enough to do. Just got to pick a time, day. Not when it's winter though. It's a little bit more open in here. There's so many oak trees though, but it's so dense in here I can't see any of these growing to maturity. But a lot of these poplars are just dead, standing dead. Several can be cut down. If I had a chainsaw, I would have lots of firewood. But I don't have the ability to cut any of it down. I guess today isn't too good of a day to be going live as well because of the Super Bowl. But I'm not too much into football. But I only plan on staying on for an hour. Won't be taking up too much time. Hi, Field Guide. So, I am going for a walk to see if we can find the old fox den. Although with all the snow on the ground, it's kind of hard to tell where it used to be. And I haven't seen fox on my property in ages because of the dogs that I have. So I'm loosely following where dogs have traveled through the bush. But even the way I'm going, if I look straight ahead, it's so hard to tell over the camera. Right in front of me, like the first 30 feet goes downhill and then it goes uphill again. So this is an ideal spot for deer to hang out because it's sheltered. But like I said, my dogs take care of that and I don't have anything hanging out anymore. except for somebody made lunch out of this tree. How many acres am I covering? This is immediately behind my house. Like, I don't even know. This bush has got to be a couple acres at least. I'm not good at figuring those kind of things out. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, the Super Bowl is on later, but I see a lot of people are naming their lives Super Bowl pregame or whatever. I just noticed that Sheena went live. This is so cool. Maybe when the weather is nicer, I'll just do lives by sitting there. Oh, field guide, hi David, are you near a road? Jesse's having fun. But you're getting stuck in the snow, girl. Okay. I don't know what she's all excited about, but she's jumping around. All right, let's keep moving. So yeah, the path that I was on seemed to disappear, and I'm kind of just walking blindly now. There's old footprints, might not show up. I didn't realize that I had so many rabbits, but this could be the rabbits are back because the fox are gone. Oh, to be a dog and be able to race through the bush that fast. Hi, Roadhog. I just keep looking to see what is the best way to move. And if this was summertime, there'd be so much ground cover that would be difficult to walk through. This tree right here probably could just be pushed over. And you can hear my roosters crowing. Because it's been so nice, I've opened the chicken coop up, and of course they still have the heated lamp on there, they still have the warmth, but it's been warm enough, like not going past -5 at night. Hi, Tim. I feel like I need to go this way more. Things don't look the same. And I guess if the den isn't being used, it's not like you're gonna see an access point. I just remember that it was close to a tree and it was a little hole in the ground. But when you look closer, that hole went very deep. And it is so different. Oh, like somebody's been jumping here. Probably just old bunny tracks because they're not very clear. And because of the warmth, the snow has been melting. So if this was summertime, thanks for stopping in, Tim. I don't know if you can tell the barn in the distance, but if this was summertime, you wouldn't be able to see that far for all the leaves. I moved one way, but I think I should have kept going straight. Another dog path. Oh, I can hear my ducks quacking too. Oops. Did you guys get an aerial shot there? I'm trying to go over these little trees. Some of these are not so pleasant, and I just found that out. Check out the thorns on this. I have no idea what it is, but that is not fun to walk into. And it's just a tiny one too. That's why I said if I was as tall as a dog, like 2 feet tall, I could just run right through here. There's another one. Kind of gotta wonder what these are. Does anybody know their trees? Those are pretty darn sharp. And then I wonder why I have a couple of dogs that have thorn apple. Are they actually an apple, or is that just a slang? Like a couple of my dogs have their ears ripped for no reason other than I let them out and they come back with a ripped ear. And then I wonder, is it because they ran into the barbed wire, or are they running through the bush too fast? But coonhounds have those big floppy ears, and I can see so easily getting caught on something. Well, the thing about that tree is, with everything around, it's not going to get to grow too tall if it needs sun, because all the bigger trees like this one are going to shade it out. But there's another standing dead. Hi, make your day special. So I feel like I'm in the area of where the den was. And if it's an old den and it doesn't have access, I wouldn't be able to tell because it would just be covered in snow. But if something was using it, it would be dug out. My dogs would have scented it out. And the only signs I'm seeing of anything is a lot of woodpecker activity. Yeah, Field Guide, I have that Picture This app, and I guess I got it before they asked for, there was a free version, now you have to pay for it. But if I hit the button restore, I can still get some for free. I'm not that into identifying plants that I want to pay for it on a yearly basis. So as long as it works for free, I'll keep using it. I feel like somewhere under this tree is where the hole was. Well, I think I'm just gonna break path here. Again with the tiny footprints. Again, they're old. Treetop broken off. Could be this one. Poplars don't last long, it seems. Make you do. Actually, I am kind of warm because I do have a jacket on. So I guess the key to being out in this is to keep moving. Yeah, Neil, isn't a honey locust just like a pest tree? Like, is there any good use to it? I feel like I'm so far away from my barn, but if you look at the white patch in the middle, not on the ground, but a little bit up, that's the roof. I know that in my horse pasture in the front of my house, not sure, I think I was just going to clean it up of any twine or garbage, because to this day people still throw garbage out their vehicles, and that pasture goes along the main road. So I was going to pick up garbage, and I came across one of these very thorny trees, and I thought I need to go cut that one down because there's no point of it being there for my horses. So I want to get to where my dogs are, because again, I don't know if it's a woodpecker. What is that? Can't see anything in a different distance, but I can hear them. Funny sounding squirrel? Possibly. I'll have to remember this oak tree and come out here in the summer and see if I was right. It's just that that's the lowest point in the ground there. And I don't ever remember being on a sand ridge. It's kind of hard to tell, but this whole place is kind of a sand ridge all the way around. Oh yeah, and then I just noticed another thing. If you're walking through here in the summer, you'll be covered with different types of birds. I know there's the big burdocks, but there's also those tiny ones, and you get millions of them on here. This is a cute little home. The tree fell over, so this portion's upside down. Well, somebody's got a home in there. Cool. And you can see the forest is thinning out. I'm kind of along the edge, close to the edge. But I think if it was summer, I wouldn't have walked in this area because there's so much on the ground. Burdocks are nasty. They're hard to get out. And then if you walk into the tinier ones, I don't know what they are. It's just like a seed with one little hook on it. But when you run into a bush like that, you get hundreds on you. And you think you pulled them all out, but you didn't. Somebody was trying to have a snack. Hi, Bob. I'm just saying hi because I see you guys say hi. I'm missing the people coming in. And it's so hard for you, like I keep saying this. I'm looking off into the distance. I'm not sure what that means. Yes, I do these walks for my watch hours. I don't know, it's just a way of me recording my place too, because one day I won't be able to do this kind of stuff and I can look back on, oh yeah, that's the way it looked. And I know even when I go out to my father's place, when we were kids, we spent so much time in the bush. Hi, back road. And just all the memories you have of walking in the bush with the dog or making forts and things like that. And now when I go there, I don't know if it's because of the forest fires or the cows on the pasture. The forests that we used to play in, they just aren't there anymore. And it's thinned out so much. But what I was saying is, I am looking forward and there is a dip and then it raises up again. So it's so weird how my whole property seems like it used to be a big sand dune. And then the trees came and changed the landscape. But there sure is a lot that could be made. I could sit out here every day and make a campfire in a new place because there's so much that has fallen. Bo's just enjoying himself. Oh, you know what? I love the fact that I can make a fire. Well, of course, in the summer they would have a burn ban if it's dry. But when you got snow like this, the fire's not going anywhere. And when you find trees like this, you just pull the whole tree on, keep adding it as it shortens up. But there's so much. Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for letting me know, Neil. What's the matter, Bill? I guess the one thing about all the trees that have fallen is getting them out of the snow, too. I think somewhere in that direction, close to the edge of the bush, I used to have that tree house for the kids. But it was kind of just put together. It wasn't built to last. And the wind blew the trees and it kind of just popped out. I just trying to go back to a comment there. Well, you know what I'd love, but it's probably not going to happen. I would love to have a wood burning stove. My insurance company is not going to cover my house anymore. Well, this happened a year ago because it's getting to be 50 years old. And so I canceled it. And my plan is if something ever happened, I'll just build a tiny home. So now I don't have to live by anybody else's rules. I could get a wood burning stove if I wanted. It's kind of funny how people can tell you how to live. But I've noticed that talking to people around here, some people I know have brand new houses that they built themselves. And I'm looking at it and the house is worth at least $250,000. And they don't have house insurance. And to me, that shocks me. Like my trailer is an old little trailer. It's been renovated by me, so I'm happy with what I've done with it. But there's no value in it compared to the people that don't. You know, if you like pellets, that's great. I went to one of the places I work at. They're in the industry of making those pellets. And I don't know if they're all like this, but when the kids were showing me how the pellets were made, I looked closely at them, and these pellets were encased in plastic. And I just thought that didn't make sense to me that you put wood inside a little piece of plastic. I grew up with a wood stove, so I think that's the way I'd want to do it, but I have no way of cutting down trees. I am in Manitoba, kind of in the center of Canada. Oh, there's pigeons flying about. I don't know if I caught them on camera. I had it so that I only had 4 pigeons left in my chicken coop. And because the door is open, last night when I went to feed them, I noticed they all flew back in. Wasn't too happy about that. But I also found one right beneath my hydro pole. I think a pigeon got electrocuted because he fell straight down. Because they sit on the line all the time. But I guess the only thing I really saw today was a bunch of squirrel dens, woodpecker holes, and lots of potential for campfires. maybe when it's consistently above 0 until the snow melts, I'll start doing some cookouts. The thing is, everything you cook over a campfire typically is not the kind of food that I eat. Hi, Nora. But I guess I could pig out on garlic sausage or something once in a while. It does taste good over an open fire. I'm just looking at my time. I've got 20 minutes left. I'm gonna head back to, that's the barn straight ahead of me. I'm gonna come out the side here. I'm gonna show you guys the big cottonwood that started growing. I didn't notice it. It must have been there when I moved in. But like I've said in the past, the reason I moved or bought the place is because I love the back pasture and the big cottonwood tree out there. And then in the past couple of years, I've seen this thing grow above all the trees. And I thought, hey, cool, now I have one in my yard, more or less. It would be nice to, where I'm standing, expand this area so that it could be fenced off. I still have to figure out how I'm fencing my place to bring home my stud and mares. Because everything I do has to be worked out so that I can do things independently. The way I feed my horses, I bring them up close to the barn, and that gate closes in the alleyway. And so they can be locked up in there, and then I can go access the pasture without them being there and being loose. Maybe I should get a good dog one day. They could stand in the gateway. You need some kind of herding dog, though. I like that term, cityots. There's Bo waiting for me. I'm gonna try walk this way, Bo. There's a nice big oak tree. But even on the other side of this, there's a poplar tree that's leaning towards my chicken coop. So this is the back side. I've never been on this side while I've done a live or even any video. But this poplar tree right here needs to be taken out because I don't know if it's just leaning or it's fallen onto this oak tree on the other side, but the oak tree is preventing it from falling onto the chicken coop. And I think I've said it before, I built mine up 8 feet tall just to keep things out. It's buried into the ground as well. But of course raccoons could still climb the side. I'm not too worried about them though. Losing a chicken isn't that big of a deal. You may lose one, but then the dogs will find that raccoon. And there's the pigeon sitting up there. I just noticed that if I had, and I think I did because I can see how it's broken. See how I have this wood going across? And then I had chicken wire on top, not to keep everything out because there's still holes in it, but to deter flying predators. But I didn't take it down before the snow, and the snow load killed that one stick. So, and I have to get rid of it here. I keep trimming this tree down. It says it's a pear. This tree grows so wildly, and now it's growing sideways because I keep trimming it. But I give up on trying to have chicken wire on the roof. Hopefully, if there was an aerial predator, the chickens or the ducks will run underneath the tree, because I'm just going to let it grow up. I just have to keep things out of the sides, which is enough of a battle. Like this tree here, trimmed it down to nothing and now it's back. It's these maples that grow like weeds. And there's a branch going right through the fence. And you could see, there goes the gimbal. Doesn't know what I want to focus on. You can see these main branches here that I've cut right off. And then it just shoots out another branch and keeps growing. But I'm not going to deal with this until the snow is gone. And there's my girl, Christy. Thanks for coming in, back road. Hey, girl. You gonna come check out the camera again? And it's funny, there was an old bale here, that little stump that's left. Last year I didn't have good hay. It was a cattail grass mixture. And so of course it was, thanks AAP, it was left because there was nothing to eat. It was more of bedding. I don't know who was doing that, if they were chewing on it so they could lay down on it. But yeah, they sure took care of it. Thank you, Henry. Thank you for coming in. And I would have Christy on camera right now, but she comes so close to me, you can't get her on camera. I'd have to keep backing up. But yeah, the sun is out. Things are starting to warm up. It's really nice out here. And I appreciate all of you guys coming in to spend this time with me. I keep changing what I'm doing, and I know I probably sound like a hypocrite, but I'm just trying to figure out what works. And I know at one point when I was doing my Monday magging, I connected and made everyone blue, and I said connect to each other. I'm probably gonna go back to having a handful of mods. Because I'm moving away from the Monday magging, I just wasn't enjoying it. I'd rather do lives like this. And when the weather is warmer, they might just be me sitting in the pasture watching my horses, because that's the kind of stuff I enjoy. I don't want to necessarily be a variety channel. I want to be more of a, whether it be a farming or animal channel. I know I do have some cooking, but I was also talking to my daughter, maybe we should one day just have a cooking channel so we can preserve those ideas or those recipes, because I'm not big on cooking. Yeah, AAP, I've also, I pay attention to what people comment, and I've seen posts that you've made, and I agree with some of the things that I've seen you post. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to get into details. But I don't ever want to go to people's lives where there's tension or people get upset. And I seem to have been running into that a lot. I don't know. I don't know what to say on that. All I know is I'm still confused about where my channel is going. I'm still trying to figure it out. I've always talked about Mike Dolce, and he posted a video, and he said I go walking well, he's a fitness guy, so this is really off topic, but he said he goes walking every morning for 45 minutes before he does anything else, before he eats or anything. And I'm like, wouldn't that be so cool? Because I'm not so worried about my watch hours, but I still need to do something for watch hours. And I was thinking that would be cool to do it. Go walking every morning. But then I realized I'd have to go walking at 4:15 in the morning in order to be back in the house in time to get ready for work. So if it's something I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to put it off for a while, but that would be cool. I'm just panning to the side here because when you look at the fence, yeah, one day I'll figure it out, Roadhog. Until then, I just keep doing things differently. Yeah, Bob, when I figure out that course, I will do it. Yeah, see, AAP, that I do watch Blackburn and Chaz, and I'm always watching them when I get ready for work. So, no, I love what they do, and because I love their landscapes, I'm always tuned into them. But what I'm trying to point out is if you look at the fence and that the snow, the ground, is above the fence post, that's how much of a hill there is. And then my house is center of this shot. So kind of on the northwest side, my trailer is backed up to a big hill with all these trees that protect it. So I've always said the guy who put that trailer here was pretty smart when he was thinking about, if he was thinking about the cold winter weather. So there's Christy. Hey, girl. She's just the most cuddly thing, too. You could walk up at her, lean on her. Maybe not sit on her. Is that Benny asking where I am? I am in Manitoba, so kind of in the middle of Canada. And I'm at the lower, well, I couldn't even say half. I'd say the lower quarter. If I had to travel from here straight south, which there is no road that way, maybe hour and a half, I would be at the US border. But I've been noticing the donkey's always got kind of a longer fur. I have to go back and see what Bob said. That was too long to read so fast. I should. What? I don't understand that. A gun channel I should like. I have viewed 3 times. Huh. What was I saying? Oh, when I did my video with the colts yesterday, that's how I'm getting them used to my touch. I put about a margarine container of oats in the pail, and I make them eat out of my, like the pail's on my lap, but I also stick my hands in the buckets so that they have to touch me in order to get some oats. And you can see the red dun, he's getting frustrated because he's not used to my touch, whereas the other guy, he's pretty used to it already. So, but I know my little Palomino, he's I think I need to treat him again. He's not doing so well on the, how do I say this politely? He's got a little bit of the runs. And I know that if it was feed related, of course, maybe animals could be different, but you think if the feed was causing the horses to be sick, all of them would be. But I think I just need to treat him again. I can't even get her face in here. Look. Oh, I did treat him. I think it's been 2 weeks now with ivermectin. So it was an ivermectin paste. I also have ivermectin liquid for horses. So I can give him, but I've never heard of somebody treating more than once a month. So I will try in a couple of weeks again. And if that doesn't clear it up, then it would be a call to the vet. But this is kind of a weird topic to be having right now, but I just saw him go again and it was formed, so I'm not sure what's going on. But my camera videography is not very good. Try to get her in the shot here. See, I move back and she moves to me. Were you saying she's when you said him? Handicapped traveler, maybe. And that's why I say I'm not going to jump the gun and, oops, I'm falling in the snowbank here. I'm not going to jump the gun and call a vet immediately because he's still behaving normal. He's not sick as in you would have droopy ears, his head would be hanging. So a couple weeks. Ow. Yeah, I hope so too. But I hope it gets cleared up with just the dewormer. Because I would hope he is a purebred, and I know his mom being a Carmelo, it just always seemed like I remember dealing with this when she was young when I first got her. Although, what a topic to be talking about. Although one dose cleared her up. But I remember it was so bad, it was in the middle of winter, that she had icicles hanging off of her tail, and she must have been carrying like over 10 pounds of weight on her tail. So the way I fixed that, because you don't have a nice heated barn with $1 million facilities, I took a 5-gallon pail from the house of warm water, like as warm as bath water. And she's a super quiet horse. Just stood behind her and I immersed her tail in that bucket and cleaned it that way. And that was in the middle of winter. So but yeah, she's one of the mares that would be coming home this fall. By fall for sure. Hopefully get my fencing done. I still have to plan it out exactly how I'm going to do it, but it's the north side of my property is where I plan on keeping my stud and mares. And then this bush that I just walked through, I got to think of where are they going to come in and access it. Like I know this hill in front of me was pushed up by the guy who moved here to clear out this area so that he could have his horses. So lots of planning, lots of figuring out. I'm going to be doing that this summer. Just time to start building up my place and get everything organized. But yeah, his mother is a sweetheart. Her name was TCR Drifting Snow, and my gimbal is going funny. She is a cremello, and because her name is Drifting Snow, I don't know what's going on with my gimbal, sorry. There, it's set. It's the donkey making it go funny. I nicknamed her Snow. Or not Snow, Winter. Her name is Drifting Snow. I nicknamed her Winter because Carmelo makes it look like she's white, but she's not quite pure white. But anyway, I have hit my 60 minutes. I've gone over by a minute or so. I think I started before 11, so I shouldn't have run over Gary. But maybe we'll see you guys in there. I plan on joining his live. And thank you guys, everyone, for coming in. Hi, Lance. I don't know if you were here earlier. I just noticed you. But yeah, I think I like this earlier time, and I'm probably going to stick to it. How about this? I'll stick to the earlier time until I change my mind again, because I think that's the only thing that's consistent about me is that I continue to change my mind a lot. But thank you for joining in, and we'll see you again maybe next week or maybe when somebody else is live. Bye for now.